Alright guys, welcome back to Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. As always, I'm Sergeant Alpha. And for this episode, we're picking up where we left off last time. We're going to start the second mission and go from there. And again, this episode, I will be using a different aircraft than what you would normally start off with, because I have played through it a little bit before and kind of went back through the campaigns to show you guys the game. This one, I will be using the F4. Just because it's one of my favorite planes, and if you ever see a bunch of Vietnam documentaries or movies about the Vietnam War, it's one of the planes you see the most. It's kind of like the iconic fighter of Vietnam War. And the other thing about it was they had a lot of issues with the missiles and stuff on them. They had a high rate of failure, and they found out that it wasn't really good for dogfighting, like it was designed to be. So it's kind of hit or miss with them sometimes. You don't really have that many issues with it in game. It's just it has a lower capacity for weapons than some of the other planes, so I will have to use my missiles more sparingly. And as you will see by the end of this mission, I'll be pretty low, if not out of missiles. So just keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, don't turn away from the F4, because I tried a multiplayer match with it just to see how it would do, and that was one of my best games I've ever had on multiplayer online was with the F4. So it's just knowing you're playing, knowing how to use it, and all that good stuff. We're gonna go ahead and jump into this and see what happens.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian Army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usean peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Useans, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I'm Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats. And the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Usian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Usia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Okay, so like I said, I will be using the F4 in this mission. Just because the map that we're going to be on, it kind of looks like something that you would see the F4 in. Or the area, anyway. And like I said, as you can see, I only have 66 missiles and 10 anti-ground missiles. So, it will be kind of tricky because we will have to conserve our ammo where we can. And make sure we're not just wasting missiles, pretty much. Because it gets down to, with this plane, it gets down to you're usually around 10 missiles left by the time you're done with the mission. So, it's going to be interesting. Sometimes I do very well in it, sometimes it takes me a minute. Here's the plane.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry.
Very nicely done. And you can see, this is what I said, it looks like something that you'd see from like a movie with the F4 Phantom. Go ahead and switch our long-range missile so we can get a lock on when we're in range. And same as last time, I will mostly be in first person, but I will try to have some third person for you guys as well. We're going to go ahead and kick in afterburners. Nope. I wasn't paying attention, we had a lock on the whole time. And dead. We're going to get a little bit of altitude.
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun. Target destroyed. 5 to go.
And we've already got quite a few, a couple of kills. I was going to say quite a few, but we're not there just yet.
We're using the containers now.
Oh, we missed that APC. I think we hit a building. So we're going to turn around and try to come at him from a different angle here.
We don't have any anti-air weaponry in place yet. We can't put up a decent fight.
Alright, he's down now. Same as before, we're going to get a little bit of altitude so we can kind of fire down on him.
Target has been destroyed.
And I'm pretty sure somebody just launched a missile at me. Yep. If not before, somebody definitely is now.
The enemy's barely resisting. This is easy money, so grab it while you can. Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds. We'll go. Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side.
We have interceptors up now.
To our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Have some helicopters. I'm pretty sure there's some MiGs in the air as well.
That radar was just about to go online. Fast forward too fast. Base was too far from Allied territory. It's locked.
Alright, I'm not worried about the ground units right now. I'm just trying to get to the MiGs.
Enemies traveling a long way, so they're trying to end this quickly. Enemy is under close. In pursuit. Bandit has the rocket. Locked on Bandit.
One MiG down. We got another one over here.
Just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him! No! Oh, we did get him with guns, though.
Golem 1, enemy will crash in a residential potential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now. Page 2. Kill confirmed.
I said the planes that we missed with missiles, we did get with guns, so those missiles didn't exactly go to waste. We still would have used them to kill the planes. And pretty much I'm just trying to... Oh, there's a MiG up there. Pretty much I'm just trying to take out all the targets I can. It's going to cause us some trouble later.
Page 2. Bandit on your tail. Wait, so you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus. Page 2. Missile launch. Bandit destroyed.
Alright, guard tower, anti-aircraft guns.
Target destroyed.
So those two have guns.
Locked on.
Somebody's got a lock on us.
2.
And they fired. We gotta scoop it. We gotta scoop it.
What? Are they gonna bring their buddies back from the dead? Page 2. Walking. My wings are iced up. Missile fire. Evading.
Missile! Evade!
Alright, another MiG down.
All right. Clean up that last radar vehicle. There's nothing in your way now.
Caution. Caution.
Trigger, there's one more to go. AA guns down. You're almost out of special weaponry.
Now we got two anti-ground missiles left.
Great work. Oh, to see the Erusians face down. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Targeting gun range. Target hit.
We didn't get the kill like I wanted, so we're gonna circle back around real quick.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback for those poor versions. Like your manual.
Oh, Jesus.
Launch preparations complete. Bolts are free. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away.
And we got drones. We've got drones.
Status report. Multiple bogies on radar. They're close. Wait.
That other
Launched.
transport plane is still down there.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile. Judging by the way they look and move,
I don't see it.
gotta be drones. Well spotted.
So I guess we just got the drones left then.
with UAVs, but that doesn't change a thing.
Somebody else must have got the transport.
Take them all down. Mark acquired. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1.
Alright, missed that drone. We're gonna go for this one.
Bees. Repeat. Bandits are drones. Golem 1.
And missed that one.
Destroy all enemy.
Down to 23 missiles, 5 bogeys. We've got an average of 4 missiles per drone. We got that one. We got a total on this one. Somebody's got a lock. We're gonna break it.
Golem Squadron. Surround them.
On target 6.
Missed it.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Pop some flares there.
Missile. Missile.
And if you guys ever play multiplayer, this is all you hear constantly, just missile, missile, missile. Because you're always in somebody's sights, and they're getting a lot going on you.
Column Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Behind one.
That dead. Nope, he lost it in the clouds. If he hadn't went into the clouds, that would have been a kill.
Careful of ice formation in the clouds.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds, the ice will melt. Feels like I'm riding a roller coaster up here.
We're gonna go back through the clouds.
Here for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
It is in range of Captain Scott.
I'm gonna see if we can find a different target. There we go. And we missed out. Are you kidding me? So we're down to, I believe, 3 targets, 15 missiles. Other planes, it wouldn't be as big of an issue because you have a lot more missiles.
Missile after you.
There we go. Down to 2. No, 1 to go.
Any casualties?
Somebody must have got the other one for us. Because you would have a lot more missiles, especially like you saw with F-18. But I really like the F-4. And that's going to be a miss because I was firing blind in the clouds.
Attack missed.
We're going to pull up above the clouds so I can see what I'm doing here.
Am I stuck?
Our wings level, we're up pretty high. He's down below there somewhere.
Missile. Missile.
Oh, there he goes.
Mage 2, missile away.
I completely missed him with guns.
The clouds are screwing up the accuracy.
And dead.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear.
So like I said, we're down to
Complete. RTB.
12 missiles.
Better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed.
There goes Brownie.
Charge, take care of the rest.
Going 3. My wingman's back there somewhere. Yeah, there he goes. Alright, yeah, so that was the second mission of Ace Combat 7. If you guys like what you see, like I said, we'll try to have some multiplayer out pretty soon. And like I said, check out the description below for the link to my Discord. And if you guys want to check out some screenshots of the stuff I've done, or you want have any suggestions for me, or if you just want to talk and hang out or something, I'm kind of busy, but I'm usually on there at some point every day. So I'll try to get back to you. I might talk to you for a minute. And there goes our first missile that we've launched from quite a ways out. You'll see it heading down there. So if we can get an angle on it. Nope, it already hit. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later.